UPSC, it is a constitutional body. Task recruitment of service through Group A and B, standardization of examination 2023. Agency chartered granted the Part 14th of the Constitution. Commission mandated constitution appointment to service of All India Service, required consult to the government related appointment, transfer, promotion and disciplinary actions. The commission report directly to the president. The commission report directly to president. The commission can advise government through the president, through such advice is not binding. It is not binding. Being constitutional body, UPSC among is the few institutions that function with both autonomy, freedom, higher judiciary and election commission. Along with the commission headquartered Dolpur House, New Delhi, and functioned through the secretariat that was 1 October 1926. As a public commission, it was later constituted Federal Public Service Commission 1935, renamed today the UPSC. Royal Commission of Lord Lee, that was in 1923 with equal member of Indian British member. The commission submitted report in 1924. So it was 1923 and it submitted its report to 24. You can see here the constitutional body, 1 October 1926, it came 99 a year ago. Dolpur House and Ministry responsible to Ministry of Personal and Public Grievances. Constitutional body Ajay Kumar and Parental Department, Government of India, Republic of India. Child है Public Service Commission in India. Led the establishment at 1 October 1926, that was Rose Burger. A mere limited advisory function, but its freedom movement constituted state on this aspect with the resulting setting of the Federal Public Service Commission 1935. The Federal Public Service Commission, the country gained independence. It was given constitutional status 29 January and 1950. So in 50 it given the constitutional status. 47 the PM, Deputy PM Vallabhbhai Patel called the steel frame in 47. Okay. Now next is Article 350 to 323. Part 14 of the Constitution. Public Service Commission is written union level commission, advises the UPSC among the few institutions. Autonomy, freedom along with the higher judiciary and election commission. As per 3A16, appointment of chairman, other members are appointed by the president. In case of office of the chairman become vacant, duty shall be performed by one of another member of commission appointed by president. Also, nearly half of the commission shall be performed who at the date of their respective appointments held office at least 10 years under the Government of India. A member of UPSC commission shall hold for a 6 year from date on which enter upon the office until attain the age of 65. So this is a 6 year, 65 years. Article 318 is President empowered determining the number of member commission, condition and the services. And 319 person who hold the office of chairman shall be expiration of the ineligible for the reappointment, and chairman Union Public Service Commission shall be eligible for appointment chairman UPSC or chairman of state SPSC. Okay, under this also the chairman of State Public Service Commission shall be eligible appointment as a chairman and UPSC. So 322, that was the expenses including salary, allowances, pensions of the staff charge the consolidated fund of India. And extension 321, that was functions can be extended alongside this writ and service of union. Functions 320, that was the more state assist 2 or more state, and that was framing the operating schemes also related to that. Removal, that was 317, round of misbehavior of Supreme Court, a reference being made it by President has on inquiry reported that chairman or such member ought to be removed. The president may be suspended the chairman, other member commission until required report to the Supreme Court. Reporting 323, duty of commission annually report to the president done. On this report shall be present copy to the House of Parliament and advise the commission. So this is like अगर हम उसे remove करते हैं, that means insolvent during the term of office he is not doing duty, and infirmity of the mind and office of profit. Okay, if he's doing something. So UPSC consult method of recruitment of civil service, making appointments and making the promotion, suitability of the candidates. Disciplinary matters are also there. So on the claim of prospect person who is serving as have served in the civil capacity that any cost incurred defending the legal proceeding, and of any of the award, pension, respect injured, it shall be the duty of UPSC matter referred to them, provided that President has not made any regulation, so it will not be necessary for the UPSC to consult. Organization commission consists the chairperson and plus other member. Usually the commission has 9 to 11 member. Every member hold the office term of the 6 year or until attain the 65 year. 6 year or until the 65 years. So the term of condition of the service of UPSC are governed by the UPSC regulation 1969. It is UPSC का जो regulation है 1969. So chairman and any other member commission can submit resignation to the president and they may be removed from the office by the president on misbehavior. Such misbehavior may upheld the supreme. He is adjudged insolvent during the office or in opinion of president continue the infirmity of the mind. Secretariat. The commissions of the secretariat of joint secretariat is there. Administration, admin secretariat as well look after the personal matter of the chairman. All India services, IAS, IPS handled policy, amendment, promotion, regulation. It carry out the appointments of the promotions and by the means of deputation, absorption, examination like all type of exams, general preliminary deal day-to-day housekeeping work. Commission arrange the facilitate the examination, printing report. This branch is carried out the direct recruitment on the direct recruitment, promotion, recruitment by transfer, selection, group A, group B. Recruitment rules 320. Constitution India read out UPSC regulations 1958 to advise framing the amending the recruitment service rules A and B. Autonomous organization is EPFO. This branch carried out responsibility service, handled the disciplinary cases of various ministry and the department. Article 320. Handle all the other cases of the service. First branch it complete the annual reports, also coordinate which is the foreign delegation corresponding international events and SAC. So there is Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar, that was IAS officer. Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, that was Indian Army. Suman Sharma, IRS, and Vidyut Bihari, IAS. Sanjay Verma, IFS. You can see they are the chairperson and members. So presently chairperson is Ajay Kumar 2025 and Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, Suman Sharma, Vidyut, Sanjay Verma, Dinesh, Shield, Vardhan, Sujata and Anuradha Prasad. So this is now chairperson of the UPSC. Okay, so chairperson of UPSC is Indian Central Recruiting Agency. Chairperson responsible overseeing the conduct the examination, transfer, promotion, department of personnel and training. So term of the this was 6 year and 65 year, whichever earlier. 316 is appointment of member of UPSC including the chairperson. Term limit and ineligible for reappointment. Okay, now we can't reappoint them. So qualification, so UPSC has must be senior officer all India civil service and we have held the position under the government of India at least 10 year. Okay, and academy senior officer or can also be appointed UPSC chairperson if serve as a member of commission. Chairperson or member of any state public service commission also be appointed as a chairperson. Status head of the commission, member UPSC, Republic of President, Dolpur House President with the Union Public Service. Term of office is 6 year and 65 year. And part 14 and the 1 October 1926, Rose Barker. So Rose Barker is the person that was salary is 2,50,000 rupees per month pay scale level. Chairman can be removed 317 on order of the President ground of misbehavior by Supreme Court. Referred being made, it is President has on inquiry reported the chairman. This President may also remove the chairperson of commission. So if he is insolvent, immunity, infirmity of the mind, or office of profit. So this is paid employment outside any of work. So the chairperson along with the member manage the recruitment, all India services, transfer, promotion, higher services, deputation. Chairperson duty of the service fall under the UPSC regulation 1969. So there is a UPSC की एक regulation होती है regulation, and that is 1969. Upon the advice of UPSC, the tenure of the office of the state extended to the 60 year. So list of chairperson of Public Service Commission, that was H.K. Kripalani, Chief Secretariat Louis Mountbatten, that was appointed by Mountbatten Kripalani. Banerjee, that was C. Rajagopalachari, and previously the Home Secretary. So Rajagopalachari appointed by the Banerjee, and there was the ICS officer Rajendra Prasad, Govindarajan, and presently, if I'm talking about, then you can see this is a list of the chairperson. Ajay Kumar is presently IAS and 15 May and डिफेंस सेक्रेटरी रहे थे ये पहले, एंड इससे पहले प्रीति सुदान थी. प्रीति सुदान वाज ऑल्सो IAS and she was before secretary to the Ministry of Health. And Manoj Soni, that was before, in 2022 there was a Manoj Soni, after then the Preeti Sudan, and presently Ajay Kumar. So this is kind of, you can see the list also. And now what we will discuss. Now we are discussing about the Ministry of Personnel. So Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pension, गाइडलाइन फॉर द गवर्नमेंट वेबसाइट्स एंड सेंट्रल सेक्रेटरीट को गाइड करना, ठीक है. इंडियन एडमिन सर्विसेज आर देयर, एंड मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पर्सनल एंड ग्रीवेंसेस, रेलवे बोर्ड. सो दिस इज गिवन एयर. IAS. So the IAS is one of the 3 All India services. Member of these 3 services serve the government of India as an individual. IAS officer also deployed the various government constitutional body, staff line agency, public sector undertaking and regulatory body for an statutory body also. So with other country, the parliamentary system of the government, IAS is a part of permanent bureaucracy. It is a permanent bureaucracy and it is inseparable part of executive. So as per the bureaucracy remain politically natural continuity of the ruling party. Upon confirmation of the service, IAS officer serves the probationary period, sub-division magistrate. Probation is followed by the executive administrative role of the district and magistrate collector. So after this tenure, they promoted to the head of all of administrative division. On the attaining the higher scale, IAS officer may lead to the government departments. In this role, IAS officer represent the international level bilateral, multilateral negotiation if serving on the deputation employed international organization, World Bank and IMF, Asian Development Banks. So you can see here the IAS civil service होती है Republic of India में. Yoga excellence in the action. Motto is the excellence. Minister Narendra Modi, Ministry of Personnel and Public Grievances. TV Somanathan, Cabinet Secretary, and the parent department, Ministry of Personnel, Department of Personnel. Key document 312 Constitution of India, All India Service. So attaining the higher scale of the pay matrix, IAS officer may head of the government department. It's a role. IAS officer represent the country, international, bilateral, multilateral, and this all here also. So East India Company, that was period of civil service were classified into convented, unconvented, special. Unconvented civils introduced the solely facilitate entry Indian onto the lower range, and the special secretariat is departments such as the Indian Forest or Police, whose rank were drawn from the convented civil services. Empirical police includes the army. In 1893, annual exams select the officer, and now 1858 replaced the Indian Civil Service ICS. After then 1858 there was in 1947 it was converted to IAS. So ICS were made in 1942 last. With the passing the Government of India Act, that was 1990, Parliament United Kingdom under the General Secretary of the State split two arm, All India Service and Central Services. So that was split in 1919. In 1946 Premier Conference, the Central Cabinet decided for the Indian administrative based on Indian Civil Service and Police Service and empirical. There is alternate to administrative system and will not have any under, but now there is a All India Service. If you do not adopt this, then not follow the constitution. So Vallabhbhai Patel, that was the discussing about this. And now there was a British 1947 Indian civil service was divided between Dominion of India and Pakistan. ICS was named in the Indian Administrative Services, while the Pakistan is a rampant name of the District Management Group. The Modern Administrative Services, Article 312, Part 14 of the Constitution, All India Service, Special Cadre 1954, that was the National NEFA Arunachal as some of the northeastern region. PM Jawaharlal Nehru, the services were placed under the Ministry of External Affairs. So that was the Indian Frontier Administrative Services, and that was under the Ministry of External Affairs in 1954. Recruitment, there are the three mode of recruitment like UPSC recruitment called the direct recruitment if you are giving the exam. Offered also the recruitment, and in case of the selected from non-state, then the ratio between direct recruitment 2:1 हो जाएगा regardless of the appointment by the president. 180 candidates, 1 million applicant who have through the successful, and 0.02% का ratio है. Unlike the candidate appointed under civil service, the successful IAS candidate is rendered, and in 1951 to 1978 IAFS candidate was required to submit the additional paper, and this paper जो होंगे eligible for Indian Administrative Services, Indian Foreign Services, and then resulted the higher status also. सो दिस इज़ यहाँ पे एक लाल बहादुर शास्त्री नेशनल अकेडमी है मसूरी में, ठीक है. कैडर, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अनाउंस द कैडर फॉर द ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज 2017, ensuring the national integration bureaucracy existing 6 cadre were to be divided in 5 zone. Department of Personnel and Training under the new policy and order to the indicate cadres, and that it indicated second cadre preferences. Zone 1, Zone 2, it's divided. 2008 there was a formal system, and now there was a other with this alphabetically order A, H. This is the cadre actually, and system is permanent state cadre, and if there is a disparity, then state cadre were only permitted grouping the marriage to the all India services and allowed to go for the deputation. IAS officers were assigned to the state cadre beginning of this service, and there was one cadre of the each state, ठीक है. So the inside and outsider ratio was 1:2. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या होती है IAS की? ही कलेक्ट्स द लैंड रेवेन्यूज ग्रास रूट लेवल पर, कैसे डेमोक्रेसी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर मेंटेन करना, सब डिविजनल मजिस्ट्रेट, एडिशनल मजिस्ट्रेट, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट, डिविजनल कमिश्नर का रोल अदा करना, इम्प्लीमेंट द पॉलिसीज, डे टू डे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कोऑर्डिनेट करना, एंड डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ कमिश्नरेट डिपार्टमेंट, daily proceeding of the administration, formulating, implementing the policy, contribute to the policy formulation, government and joint secretary वगैरह का काम. और उसके बाद में beginning of career progression like assistant collector, sub divisional magistrate. So there is an initial role for the assistant collector. After then he go for the divisional magistrate and land revenue administration, maintaining law and order. डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर की तरह काम करते हैं, तो उस समय ही इज़ वर्क एज ए लाइक वेरियस पोजीशंस ऑफ प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट के अंतर्गत, या डिविजनल कमिश्नर, चीफ सेक्रेटरी एंड द कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी एज ही कैन वर्क. 2015 अनाउंस द असिस्टेंट सेक्रेटरी and now central secretariat after the year. Now there was a part of IAS, so there is a government of India constituted selected before the cabinet secretariat. This is like PM का भी होता है प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरीट और PMO. As a IAS officer progress in the career, there is eligible for important position of central government, policy implementing, making important decisions, and autonomous bodies जो होती हैं, that was appointment and international organization. Okay, so on attaining the apex skill government department ministry में, so if serving on the deputation, so international organization, World Bank, International Monetary Fund and Asian Development Bank, they all are working with them. कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरीट की तरह काम करेगा, तो 2,50,000 एपेक्स, चीफ सेक्रेटरीट की तरह 2,25,000, हायर एग्जामिनेशन के लिए मिलेंगे 1,82,000 रुपये, सीनियर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के लिए 1,44,000. सो दिस इज़ द ग्रेड एक्चुअली हेयर, एंड नाउ वी कैन डिस्कस मच मोर. असेसमेंट, सुटेबिलिटी, प्रमोशन. परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ IAS इज असेस बाय द परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल, एक रिपोर्ट होता है, एंड देयर इज अ गवर्न द ऑल इंडिया सर्विस रूल 2007, दैट इज परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल. सो रिव्यू द जजेस ऑफ द सुटेबिलिटी प्रमोशन. and the report is compiled annually and it is initiated to the themselves design as a reporting who lists the achievements, and report is modified and after then forwarded to the review officer. Okay, public perception, popular perception of this Indian administrative services are designed for candidates, and the position of IAS officer is commonly the power, privileges and the social status, and highlighting the decision making, what are the, if there is corruption he will do work. Shortage of officers are there, so now this is the problem. Resistant to change, this is the reform we need to do for that. So sometimes lead to resistant to change and reluctant to adopt the new ideas also, like they are not that much innovative, so this is the problem. Lateral entry is very big problem, like Indian personalities, some retired IAS officer, few academicians also, they are inject fresh blood into service instead of they are go for the lateral entry. They argue that it would help refresh bureaucracy, offer the competitiveness, and a counter argument has been put forward: lateral entry, it manipulated due to corruption and cronyism. So that's why lateral entry would not lead to the improvement managerial performance and create the synergy between the government and businesses, and it will be the weaken the bureaucracy. So political influence is also there, like political interferences and recruitment or promotion, improve the performance based assessments, and adopt the safeguard, promote the accountability. But Vaishnav Milan and the Khosla, the Indian Revenue Services meets the big data. So several think tanks, media, IAS, hamstrung, political influences are there, but still like politicians have also extorted IAS officer repeatedly, transform them. Now there is a SR Subramaniam, Supreme Court of India ruled IAS officer and other civil servants were not required the act of oral instructions. Now what is there? There is a corruption also, like 2017 में 379 IAS officer failed to deliberately submit their reports, and Central Bureau of Investigation, a special Delhi sentence from Union Coal Secretary and two other IAS officers. There was involvement of coal allocation scheme and grievance and ministry of personnel, and the grievance that was like many IAS officers, they are not performing their work properly. Ministry of Personnel and the grievance pension Jitendra Singh, Lok Sabha disciplinary proceeding under like 36 IAS officers. So, what is the abandonment of the services? The Telegraph reported the IAS officer had gone missing. It was believed that they were working in the foreign countries for the Microsoft, and misuse of the reservation is also one of the problem. Like many IAS officers are misusing their reservation policies, and UPSC field case study cancelled her candidate, and that like allegedly special privileges such as Katkar was granted this on the condition cooperate with the law enforcement on the investigation. So some kind of problem. Now notable IAS officer, I can give the name. Naresh Chandra 1956 was a Rajasthan who served for the cabinet secretariat, and now Narendra Nath Vohra 1959 IAS officer in the Punjab, and T.N. Sheshan 1955 in the Tamil Nadu. So the not a very important names are there, you can see also. But still I'm going to do for the civil services. Okay, so what is the civil services? Actually it is a civil service of the government constitute the like permanent executive branch. It is executive branch, and career officer, all India service, civil, central and the state service. So civil service is a government without which there is no administration. They act as a main channel of the articulate people, implement the government policy, provide necessary input and various alternative multiple solutions to the policies also. In 2010, there's India as all group A and D and central and state government to service most personal central secretariat and the Indian revenue. So civil service in personal capacity was civil list articulate article 311 of constitution protect the civil service politically motivated and senior servant may be called at account of parliament. The civil service system in India is a rank based and does not follow the tenet of position based. They are rank based, not the position based. Okay, so the uh, we can say like present civil service of India maintain the Indian civil service. British Raj Warren Hastings laid the foundation of civil service. Charles Cornwallis rationalizing this father of the Indian civil service. Cornwallis introduced the division Indian civil service and the convented, and now there was a occupying the higher post unconvented that was solely introduced the Indians or lower range. With the passing of Government of India Act, Empirical Services Secretary of the India were split into All India and the Central Services. They are responsible for the greater needs of the even present for the take part in the public affairs. And now there is a regarding importance of the civil service Montesquieu Chelmsford reform. Central services A 1922-30 for the administration of India, all India, education service, medical service. They were also before that. Highest paid civil service in India during the British Raj, chairperson and railway board are also in 1959 there was a highest salary till then. Okay, chairperson of railway board. Now women were be formally recruited for empirical services in 1858 to 1947, but men was exclusively. Women were appointed only as a level of clerk, contracted lower echelon. But now women were recruited empirical civil services, Governor General of India, empirical services, class 1. Empirical police, no women were recruited in forest, but for the empirical forest there was no woman. But now, what is the medal? The British rule, Order of Chivalry, Order of Indian Empire, Order of Empire, Empirical Services. This was, we can say, the name Delhi Darbar Medal. 21st century, the present modern partition of India. After that, the Sardar Patel vision was given for the national unity and impartiality. 21st century, there was a Babu Raj before, when now Ministry of Personal and Public Grievances, New Delhi Ministry of Civil Service, responsible for the reforms. Significant that Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan, Padam Vibhushan, that they are recipient of this. Constitutional provision that was under Article 312 of Rajya Sabha Parliament set up the All India Services, Indian Services, Indian Police, and the Foreign. So they are civil service discharge their function guided by absolute integrity and patriotism, devotion, honesty, impartiality, to discharge the responsibility, to ensure the effective management, avoid the misuse and good governance. So that's why responsibility of the civil services are administration India manage the central government. It's are the actual maker of the law and policies. It is a mandatory then for the certain policies according to the government view interest and removed from the state. Among the members, civil service in the central government, state, foreign mission and embassies में भी जाते हैं. The agency chairperson and the director and the full time function directors also there. Now, what are the UPSC actually highest ranking civil servant? Cabinet Secretariat. He is like chairperson of the Civil Service Board also, and Indian Administrative Services. Civil service under the rules of business. Government of India में 11th पोजीशन. ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंस में कौन सा पोजीशन है इनका? 11th पोजीशन है. ओके, 11th. So that's the position holder accountable for the ensuring civil service and equipped by the skill and capability for the facing of the fair decent environment. Recruitment policy, that was the civil service examination, national defense examination, all type of exams are there for the recruitment. And there is the joint secretary of the government of India, who is like recruiting this all things. After then promotion, like all the appointments of the joint secretaries, other members of this are like done by the appointment committee. Okay, and the setting various administrative disputes, central administrative tribunal that approaches for the citizen obtain the permission to sue the corrupt. अगर कोई करप्ट है then you can sue for that, and civil servant can approach for the unfair dismissal. So that's why civil service day in the 21 April that was celebrated purpose of the rededicate and the recommit themselves cause of the people. It is ourselves the day gives the civil servant the opportunity for the thinking about future strategy. Day 21 April was commemorate 1947 Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Home Minister Indian, and that was given the provisions. So, in occasion of this, central and state government are honoured by the excellence in public administration. The Prime Minister Award Excellence presented under the scheme award, and all the officers, including this was organization award, include the medal and scrolling. In this, there was a maximum 1 lakh rupees as per the person. So, Union Civil Service of India is classified the All India and the Central Services. Okay. All India Service, Forest and Police, and Central Services, that was concern the administration, union government, all the appointment and the central civil services that was made by the President of India, and you can discuss. And group B, group A, that was a state. Each state has a union territory and a state which is responsible various administrative functions, maintaining law and order, development activities, and officer of state civil service, state administration, state examination conducted respectively, such as state civil service posted the deputy collector. They belong to the group A, and therefore the state civil service later promoted the Indian administrative services. So there was, like, you can see, this is the state services and there is main services. So all India judicial service, all India legal service, state legal service, government of prospective consultation, approval of the president, इसको अपॉइंट कर रहा है, अपॉइंटमेंट मेड बाय द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. And list of the state engineering services is also there, state forest services is also there. Okay, so state police services, you can see deputy superintendent of the police. And group B critics क्या है कि पुअर परफॉर्मेंस है इंटरनेशनल रेटिंग्स में. विवेक देबरॉय जो थे प्रोफेसर ऑफ लविश बांद्री asserted that corruption in India. लविश बांद्री ने क्या बोला था, करप्शन है, RNADN है, that all are corrupted. 2009 the survey leading that the Indian bureaucracy is not only the लीस्ट एफिशिएंट बट मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा लीस्ट एफिशिएंट है. 2012 में हांगकॉन्ग की स्टडी हुई थी, दैट ब्यूरोक्रेसी वर्स्ट है हमारी, बहुत ज़्यादा करप्टेड है. 2013 में भी रिपोर्ट्स आई थी बहुत सारी. नाउ इनसफिशिएंसी, मिसअलाइनमेंट स्ट्रेटजी ऑफ नेशनल गोल, दिस इज़ ऑल्सो ए प्रॉब्लम. बाबूइज्म, corruption, Indian bureaucracy. 2000 bribery was transactional in transparency, misappropriation of the fund, theft of the property, political interference. So what kind of reform we want? First, alignment to the strategic national goal. Narendra Modi, he was trying for the government common foundation courses for group A and operating, so doing away the earlier discrimination नहीं होना चाहिए, practice नहीं हो कोई माल practice. 360 degree appraisal, that was in 2014 annual confidential report, and that was work related to attitude and behavior. So attitude and behavior, that is very important, and that is called the 360 degree appraisal. Lateral entry expert 2018 में आ गए थे. So boost the ministry department capability, proficiency, and now there is a 10 post out of total 450 secretary level, further 40 lateral entry से बढ़ी जाएंगी. So that is also removal of the punishment of corrupt officer, empowerment of the citizen, pursue one corrupt officer है ना, उनका empowerment करना चाहिए, मतलब punishment नहीं हो इतना. amnesty of personal and public grievances, accepted the private person seeking, now there was any proper personal supporting documents. So government of India जो है like corruption के लिए उनको dismiss भी कर सकती है, but still they can like हेल्प भी करना चाहिए कि वो कैसे वहाँ से बाहर आ पाएँ. फोर्स रिटायरमेंट एंड करप्ट ऑफिसर्स जो होता है उनका फोर्स रिटायरमेंट भी कर सकते हैं. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पर्सनल में लाइक प्रपोजल टू रिटायर एंड रिमूव द इनकॉम्पिटेंट, जो इनकॉम्पिटेंट है उनको रिमूव रिटायर कर सकते हैं, बट स्टिल लाइक विच वॉज एक्सेप्टेड द रूल ऑफ 16 and 3 ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज, rule of 1958. Okay, so the Ministry of Finance is the prematurely under the 33 Indian Revenue Services officers, and send a message that the job posting and the government bureaucracy is no longer permanent for dishonest and corrupt officers. ठीक है. Central Secretariat services were under the performance review headed by the Cabinet Secretariat. So this is all about the what I wanted to be discussed here.